Hi, I'm Lisa Marie Latino with the YankeePrincess.net. Former New York Giants star running back Tiki Barber has made quite a name for himself on and off the football field. I caught up with the NBC broadcaster at the Yogi Berra Museum and Learning Center in Montclair, New Jersey. So what brings you to the Yogi Berra Museum?
We're going to give a little lecture about a couple of the books that I've written, also some of my experiences as an athlete, as a journalist, and what's going on in my life. And it should be an interesting and fun discussion.
Okay, let's start with the books. I know you wrote Teammates. That was with your brother.
We have actually at this point 5, with another one coming out in about a month. They were all, the first 3 were picture books for little kids 5 to 8 years old, and we graduated up to chapter books. We realized that our readers were getting older and wanted to read some more mature stories. And in Teammates, we talk about how it's important for everybody on the team to be important. So it's not just the guy who's running the ball and scoring touchdowns. It's the guys who are blocking. It's the coach. It's everybody has to put in a group effort in order to be successful. And so I think we try to send great messages with our books, and I think kids relate to them because it's about sports.
Now, you mentioned the TV aspect. What are you doing with NBC now?
I do a lot. I love my experience here because I get to go across a lot of different platforms, whether I'm doing stories for the Today Show, which I have a few coming up in the next couple of weeks, and about 2 weeks, the football season kicks off with Football Night in America, our Sunday night pregame show. And I'll be on the road doing some interviews and reporting from the games and staying busy. But I've also done things for Nightline and Dateline and Nightly News and MSNBC. So I get to do a lot of different things, and I enjoy the special relationship that I have with them.
Now, was it difficult making the transition to the football field, to the broadcast booth?
You know, for most people I think it is, but for me it wasn't, because living in New York I had a depth of opportunity to get some experience and have my shaky moments early on when nobody was watching at 5 o'clock in the morning in WCBS, so that by the time I was ready to retire, I had an experience, I had a comfort level with being in front of a camera and delivering things. And so it was my next natural progression off of football.
Now, I have to ask this. Do you have any kind of bittersweet feelings towards when you retired, considering that your team won the Super Bowl the year after?
Not at all. I have nothing but great feelings for those guys. It's life is about timing. It wasn't my time to win a Super Bowl. My body and my quality of life was much more important than playing the game for another year. And you know, you never know what life's going to throw you. I'm happy for those guys, but I'm happy where I landed in my life personally.
And speaking of those guys, Eli Manning will be the highest paid player in the NFL. Is there a lot of pressure that comes with that?
You know, there is, but I don't think he'll feel it. Eli's one of those guys that just kind of goes with the punches, whether it's negative or positive or the highs and lows of the game. He kind of keeps an even demeanor, and it serves him very well on the football field. And I think having the title of the highest paid player is not going to affect the way he prepares or practices or plays the game, and that's something that the Giants are very fortunate about, and I think why they were comfortable making him the highest paid guy in the league.
All right, I know we're only taping in August and it's early, but can I get a prediction for the season?
No, unfortunately, I played the game too long and know for a fact that you can't predict. You can't predict week for week, much less you know what's going to happen come January when the championships are on the line. But you know, it's exciting, and that's what makes the NFL such a dynamic sport, and one that people care about so much, because you never know. You could be 1-15 one year, like the Miami Dolphins, and the next year you're one of the leading teams going to the playoffs. And so I'm just looking forward to it, just like everybody else is.
Well, thank you very much, Tiki.
You're welcome.
All right, and that's Lisa Marie Latino for the YankeePrincess.net.